TikTok for learning, a helpful tool or just a hidden distraction? For that, let's backtrack a bit. How much hours of screen time has we spent on TikTok these last few days? Maybe we just want to open it for just a few minutes, but in the end, it will last very long hours. This shows how powerful this platform is and how it subconsciously controls your life. Right here, I would like to discuss on if TikTok, if used for the right thing, could actually be a beneficial tool rather than simply takes up hours of your time without you realizing. My point of view, TikTok can actually be used as a platform to learn. As every new post that pops up on your For You page, it's actually a new knowledge, whether it is an information about animals, life hacks and tips, or even just to keep up with the current news. If used correctly, with clear intention and control of what content you consume, it could be beneficial. Otherwise, it will become a major distraction and it also might critically affect how we think. From one side, TikTok has changed the way we access information. The same thing when the internet was first released. But this time, it offers visually engaging content at an often very short duration to keep us from getting bored. What the good part is, as an educational tool, they could use the same style of content by teaching, for example, vocabulary, scientific concepts, or discover study tips, especially since teenagers these days mostly spend their time on TikTok. This format of visual and fun learning suits modern young learners that prefers fast but engaging content. But on the other side, TikTok can also be used as micro-learning. So basically what micro-learning is, it doesn't pack you with a lot of information in one video. Instead, it's divided into parts by parts to make information seem less overwhelming to consume. If you take an example, each video shows short yet informational concept of a topic instead of a full chapter of a topic, so that the brain doesn't get tired or overloaded easily. But after a while, these short and small information over time can create a better understanding than crushing you with loads of information in 1 minute. But furthermore, with the usage of TikTok that are used worldwide, it allows for a wide range of educators from all around the world to share their knowledge. Students are no longer limited to one teacher, but instead tons of others that each have their own perspective and opinion about a topic. They can also learn not limited to experienced educators, but also professionals and content creators who have explained some topics in their own way that you could potentially relate or understand better. Yet despite all of the advantages that we share, there are some really serious concerns that we should not ignore. As we need to remember, TikTok is originally designed for entertainment purposes and not strongly designed for education. Its algorithm processes is built to keep viewers, us, engaged for as long as they could hold us for. As a result of this, even when someone has good intention of just opening the app, they can also subliminally be distracted by unrelated content that is contrary of the original purpose to learn by contents such as comedy videos, trendy or even viral challenges they are spicy on TikTok. So, in the end, what we started as a session for learning could often lead to endless scrolling through TikTok. Another issue to highlight is the impact of TikTok to our attention span. Because the content style on TikTok that is very fast and short, consumers are becoming more used to receiving information quickly in a short amount of time. But this could affect students when they are trying to focus on the much longer and complex reading materials such as textbooks or even academically written articles. If consumed more and more, it may reduce their ability to fully concentrate or forces them to find something else to do that is much more engaging. But the main considering point is how it could affect our critical thinking skills. Since most of TikTok content often shows simplified and straightforward ways, it might not encourage a deeper analysis skill. TikTok consumers might accept any information that they got without questioning the reliability or even considering what other perspectives that people have about the information that they received. But for instance, a very complex issue, such as historical events, could not just be explained in one short video. Yet somehow it gives the impression that it could be understood that quickly and easily without fully researching the whole issue. Overall, not every content that you see on TikTok will be relevant, like textbooks or any other academic sources. There are little to no measurement over the exact accuracy of the information that is shared on the platform. Anyone, even you, could create posts, content, regardless of any topic. This increases the risk of misinformation and could mislead other people who rely heavily on the platform as a learning platform. To take everything into consideration, it is very clear that TikTok is neither beneficial or entirely harmful to us, since it's simply just a tool. What truly matters is how the tools are used. When used wisely, it can definitely make learning topics much more engaging. But however, we don't really have much control of the possible distractions that could steal us away, especially students who their main purpose of opening the app is for learning. Well, in the end, it's just us that decide on who and what we follow on TikTok. We could adjust our main feed for much more educational contents if we follow educational content creators, of course. In my opinion, setting a screen time limit could avoid excessive usage of the app, and we should always verify sources we see on TikTok and not blindly agree to everything that we see. But to conclude from our very first question, yes, TikTok could be useful, only as a tool and not a replacement of other structured and in-depth study and learning methods. Where it could help us learn, we could only truly unlearn. We could truly learn when learning requires our focus, effort, and also critical thinking. TikTok has potential to support learning, but whether if it's being used for good or bad, in the end, it's just us that will decide whether to use it to learn or use it for love and gigs. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful day, everyone.